At exactly 3:33 in the morning, every human on Earth woke up with a glowing blue XP bar floating above their head. Nobody understood it at first. People screamed, they grabbed mirrors, ducked under blankets, and swatted at the bars like flies. Then babies started leveling up, and humanity realized this wasn't a prank. The rule looked simple: do something useful, gain XP. But here's the terrifying part: useful to who? A kid cleaned his room and got 2 XP? A firefighter saved a cat and got 80. A streamer screamed at a camera and got 4,000. That was the first warning. The system didn't reward goodness, it rewarded measurable impact. The first big discovery happened inside a hospital. A nurse saved a dying man and barely leveled up. Upstairs, the hospital CEO changed the billing system, and his XP bar blew up like a jackpot machine. That's when people understood the horror. Saving one life mattered. Controlling the system around that life mattered more. Within a day, your level became your face, your resume, your credit score, your personality. People stopped asking your name. They looked at your number first. Low-level people got suspicious. High-level people became celebrities. And level 0 became the loneliest number on Earth. Scientists tried to study it. Governments tried to regulate it. But tech companies understood it first. The first person to really exploit the XP world was Mara Vale, CEO of Level Up Global. She figured out that people didn't want purpose. They wanted optimization. Her company built an app that told you where to go, who to help, and which emergencies were worth your time. Helping an old woman cross the street gave 3 XP. Running into a warehouse fire gave 600. Compassion became a calculation. Kindness became a route on a map. Schools changed next. Childhood stopped being about figuring out who you were. It became about finding what gave you the most XP. Rich kids went to private XP gyms where fake emergencies got staged just so they could practice leveling up. Poor kids were told to be realistic. Some people were main characters. Everyone else was a background citizen. Parents started comparing babies by growth potential. Playdates turned into networking events. Then came the XP Registry Act, because once humans became measurable, governments wanted a database immediately. Registration was officially voluntary, which meant soldiers politely explained what would happen if you refused. Soon your level decided your school, your insurance, your bail, your job interviews, even how seriously doctors listened to you. Airports built level 50 priority lanes. Hospitals built high contribution waiting rooms. Courts started calling low-level defendants risky. The world didn't get fairer because numbers showed up. It just got better at pretending unfairness was objective. Dating got even worse. People stopped asking if you were kind and started asking for your 5-year level projection. Marriage became investment. Friendship became networking. Love became a spreadsheet with candles. Religion split overnight. Some churches said levels were God's plan. Others said they were a demon wearing a user interface. Crime adapted too. Fake robberies, staged rescues, and rented victims became the fastest-growing black market on Earth. People weren't just lying for money anymore. They were manufacturing heroism. The military took it even further. War became a grind. Soldiers gained XP for surviving battles. Generals gained more for moving pieces on a map. The people closest to danger kept getting out-leveled by the people closest to the dashboard. At the bottom of this new world was Teo, a hospital janitor with a mop, a gray hoodie, and level 2 above his head. Every night, Teo cleaned up blood, vomit, broken glass, and spilled medicine from hallways nobody thanked him for protecting. One time he set a caution sign by a wet floor, and a surgeon avoided slipping right before a life-saving operation. The surgeon got XP for saving the patient. The hospital got XP for reporting the success. Teo got nothing. That was the quiet cruelty of the XP world. If the system couldn't see your impact right away, society pretended it didn't exist. Nina, the nurse, got it. She saved people all day and still barely budged from level 7. Together they were the new underclass, the essential people with numbers too low to respect. Then one night, Teo caught something strange in the reflection of his mop bucket. His public level still said 2, but hidden underneath it was a second bar the world had never been allowed to see. Scientists had found this hidden layer weeks earlier. They called it Legacy XP. Visible XP measured what happened now. Legacy XP measured what your actions caused years later. Janitors prevented infections, teachers created futures, nurses saved entire family trees, parents built civilization slowly. But Mara Vale buried the report, because if invisible work had value, her whole optimization economy would collapse. So Level Up Global sold humanity a lie. Your visible number was your worth. Teo found the buried report on an unlocked hospital computer while cleaning an office nobody thought he was smart enough to walk into. He learned the lowest level people weren't useless. They were carrying impact too slow for capitalism to count. So he uploaded the truth from the hospital basement, shaky hands and terrible Wi-Fi. At first, 3 people watched, then 3,000, then 3 million, then the world stopped scrolling. The low-level strike started the next morning. Janitors dropped mops, nurses sat down, teachers closed books, parents stopped doing the invisible labor. Within hours, the high-level world found out it had been standing on the people it called background characters. Servers failed, hospitals slowed, schools broke, offices flooded because nobody remembered the level 3 plumber. The government tried to force essential workers back, but essential people know exactly where everything breaks. Then, in the middle of the chaos, Teo pulled a child away from a falling light pole, and the sky glitched. For the first time in history, Legacy XP became visible. His level spun like a broken slot machine. 2 became 6, 6 became 19, 19 became 108, then 400, then 2,000. Then the system announced he'd prevented 14,000 future deaths. All over Earth, hidden bars started switching on. A kindergarten teacher became level 8,400. A bus driver became level 3,200. A farmer became level 9,100. Nina, who thought she was level 7, became level 17,600. The system had finally counted what happened after the camera turned off. Fake heroes collapsed. Crisis influencers lost levels. Staged rescuers got exposed as damage in a cape. Mara Vale watched her level 417 flicker, drop, and turn red. Her final calculation didn't say genius. It didn't say innovator. It said negative human usefulness. For the first time ever, the most powerful people on Earth weren't the highest level. They were the most overvalued. 100 years later, humanity still had levels, but kids were taught the difference between immediate impact and long-term meaning. The old XP economy ended up in a museum, right next to Teo's mop. People still chased numbers because humans are humans. But now everyone feared the hidden calculation. A number could measure impact. Only time could measure meaning. And that's how the world found out the highest level human wasn't a king, a soldier, a genius, a billionaire, or a celebrity. It was Grandma Imani, an old woman who spent her mornings feeding pigeons and her life raising 43 children. Her visible level still said 1 because the world had barely noticed her. Then her hidden bar showed up, stretched past the clouds, past the moon, and kept going. The system couldn't fit her number on the screen because the strongest person in the XP world was the one nobody remembered to thank.